Oh yeah, that sounds great. It really does. But let's take into account that there's over 3 million people that hold a CDL, a commercial driver's license, in the United States. And yes, some of them drive buses or motor coaches or school buses, tour buses, that kind of thing. And some of them are full-time paid firemen that work at a fire department where their insurance company requires that they carry a CDL. So let's lowball it and say 2 million truck drivers, right? We'll take the low end, 2 million. All 2 million get replaced by autonomous technology. Now they no longer have a job. They're dumped into the unemployment market trying to find work. And some of these guys, a lot of these guys really live in areas where, trucking is the highest paid employer where they live, and they're not going to be able to replace that income. So now you're going to have other cascading issues, right? You're going to have home foreclosures, car repossessions. You're going to have credit cards that go into default, and they're not going to be able to collect the money. You're going to have people that are not going to be able to pay anything on medical bills. You're going to flood the social service and the social welfare system with people that now need government assistance that didn't need it before. And it's going to be a snowball effect, right? So now your back office staff, let's say, all right, look at your load planners, your dispatchers, fleet managers. Load planners might still be needed until AI takes their job over, but we'll go with the fleet managers and your safety personnel. What are they going to do? They no longer have drivers to manage. They're going to be out of jobs. We go to truck stops. Your truck stops, they're not going to be able to justify the cost of keeping the current staffing levels on hand. So you're going to be losing cashiers, waitresses, waiters, servers, maintenance personnel that keep showers clean and keep lounges clean. They're going to let them go because they're just not going to have the foot traffic coming in and the money being spent in the store, so I can justify that cost. Your other vendors that deliver food, right? Your food products, your drinks, your chips, your cookies, your food at the restaurants, they're going to see a very huge drop in sales because the truck drivers are no longer coming into the stores buying anything, right? They're just not there. What are they going to do? How are those companies going to handle it? And what are they going to do with the staffing that they have to cut to make up for the loss in revenue, right? It's a huge cascading effect to do this. No one's talking about what we're going to do with autonomy and AI is replacing jobs. So before we do this, we have to figure this out. Waiting until it happens and then trying to have a knee-jerk reaction to what we're going to do is just not going to work. It never works. There needs to be a pain. Because this is coming, right? The day's coming when the human element's going to be out of trucking. But we got to figure out how we are going to replace the income and the standard of living and pay the bills and that kind of stuff. But until we get to that point, this is a horrible idea. And this should not be rushed. There's a lot to be figured out. And it's nowhere that I'm aware of is it being talked about. In any industry, in any facet of the supply chain or transportation, am I hearing a topic about what we're going to do to replace